If you've been hitting the gym for months, or even years,
and your body still pretty much looks the same, you're not alone. I've been there myself.
and it's not necessarily that your body looks bad, but more like you're stuck in the middle, not looking great, and definitely not where you want to be.
I'm Kevin. I've been lifting for years, but for a long time, I probably looked a lot like you. Most people think the answer is work harder or eat more protein, but the truth is, you might be making these 3 mistakes that quietly kill your progress.
And by the end of this video, you'll know these 3 changes that I made to my workout routine that finally got me the results I wanted and got me out of that plateau of being average. Looking back, the first problem I encountered was actually about 3 years into working out, and the reason it took me this long was because I didn't actually realize it was a problem. Mainly because I thought I was doing everything right. I was eating fine, my form was perfect, I was going 5 days a week, my protein intake was fine, and I was tracking my workouts. But the main thing I realized when tracking them is that I wasn't improving. I was doing the same weight for the same amount of reps every week during the time where I really needed to improve. But here's the thing, I only had this problem for my upper body. Back then, my lower body was actually at its peak. I was constantly improving in every area, and I just came to the conclusion that I had a very lower body dominant body type, and that my genes were just not meant to have an upper body. And so I just accepted this until my twin brother benched 225 before me. And at this point, I'm like, wait a second, he has the same genes as me, but he weighs even less. So long story short, I actually just started to do bench press, which I wasn't consistently doing before because I only ever maxed out at 205. And then I would just substitute it with other workouts, but that is a bad idea. Because the more I bench pressed, the stronger I got, and for the first time in 3 years, I actually started to notice a change in my physique. And then I finally realized what I was doing wrong with my upper body. With my upper body, I was only focusing on isolation workouts and not compound lifts. And what I mean by that is that I wasn't bench pressing consistently, I wasn't doing pull-ups at the time, and I wasn't doing military press for my shoulders. And I was really only focusing on preacher curls, tricep press downs, and lateral raises, and then other isolation workouts. And here's the problem with that. Isolation workouts are really good for detail work, but they only train one muscle at a time. Compound lifts can train multiple muscles and let you lift heavier weight and send a much stronger growth signal to your body. And that's why my legs grew fine. Squats and deadlifts are the major compound exercises, and I was actually doing them. My upper body plateaued because I was skipping the heavy multi-joint exercises that actually build size and strength. When I finally committed to benching regularly, my numbers went up, my chest and shoulders started to fill out, and for the first time in years, my physique actually started to change. It's not that I had bad genes, it's that I didn't know the importance of compound lifts that most people in the gym ego lift, which would always stray me away from doing them because I couldn't lift like that and I was just embarrassed to even try. But in reality, those compound lifts, when done correctly at the beginning of your workout, are the most singular important exercise when it comes to developing muscle and growing your physique. But it's not the only thing I had to fix because I hit another problem right away. You see, now that I was doing these compound lifts, I was doing too much, and my gym sessions were like an extra 30 minutes long. I'd spend hours every week switching between new routines I found online, tracking every little detail, trying to time my meals perfectly, and just adding exercises because someone else said they were good. I needed an efficient workout plan, but making it this complex was setting me back way more than it was helping. I would feel less motivated to complete every workout because I was already an hour and a half in, especially because I was exhausted by then. And the annoying thing is, I would see people who are bigger than me at the gym, but also who stay there for at least 2 hours a day, which made me think I just needed to do what they did. But that was wrong, and I actually couldn't take it anymore, so I moved to a more manageable schedule, which was 1 compound lift and 2 isolation workouts per body part per day. And since I was doing push-pull legs, it would look something like this. For example, my push day, it would be bench press for my compound lift, and then tricep press down and skull crunches for my triceps, and pectoral flies and dips for my chest. Even though I was doing less workouts, this plan actually made me stronger, gave me more energy, and kept me way more consistent, which is the most important part. Because now I wasn't dragging myself through a 90-minute to 2-hour workout just to do more. I was showing up, hitting my big lift hard, adding a couple of focused isolation movements, and getting out while I still had time to do other stuff in the day. This is where I learned that your muscles don't grow just because you add more and more volume. They grow when you train them hard enough to signal growth and then give them enough time to recover. And that's what an efficient workout plan is. A quality workout is much better than quantity. Well, now that you have this really good plan, you should be good to go, right? No. Well, yes, you'll definitely see results if you did the things I just talked about, but this next lesson is something I've gone through before and something I'm actually going through right now. And believe it or not, I haven't worked out in 2 months, and I don't even know how much I've been set back. I look a lot skinnier than I did 2 months ago, and I'm probably a lot weaker, but I wouldn't know because I haven't even been able to test it. And the reason? Injury. My first injury happened around a year ago or 2 when I started benching consistently. I always ignored warming up and stretching because I thought I was just different, like I didn't need it. Not true. My shoulder injury back then honestly wasn't too bad. It maybe lasted a month or maybe more, but all this could have been saved with just 10 minutes of stretching in the beginning. So now before my push day, I warm up my joints, activate the muscles I'm about to train, and actually listen to my body. Or at least I thought, because about 2 months ago, a little more now, it was not even a push day, it was a pull day. So I was like, why bother stretching? And the next day, my wrist hurt so bad I couldn't train anything after that for the past 2 months. And the worst part is it wasn't from like a bench press, it was from reverse curls. Reverse curls of anything. I didn't even know it was possible to get injury during that exercise, but now I know. And the lesson here is that you need to prep or stretch your body every single day, not just for lifts you think will hurt you. Mobility, warm-ups, and activation work might seem boring and pointless in the moment, especially if it's your wrist, but they'll save you from the kinds of setbacks that erase months of progress. So to recap, stop relying on isolation lifts, simplify your routine, and don't skip mobility unless you want to risk setting yourself back from all your hard work. And trust me, I'm still dealing with this right now. Fix those 3 and you'll actually see the progress you've been chasing. If this helped, or even if it didn't, I've got 5 more tips right here if you're still not seeing progress. I'll see you in the next one.